Hello, my friends. With this video, even if you know nothing about Binance Futures, or even if you're brand new to crypto in full detail, how to use Binance Futures, how to open a position, what's the difference between isolated and cross, how leverage is set, or how to avoid liquidation. I'll explain all of this step by step, and by the end of the video, you'll have learned it like a pro. You won't have any questions left in your mind. So, let's get right into our video. Welcome back, my friends. I've divided the video into parts. You can skip to any section that interests you by moving your mouse over the time bar below. Now guys, first I've opened my mobile app and I'm typing Binance into the search bar. We're going to download Binance to our phone. I clicked on Binance here, and guys, I'm clicking Get and then clicking Download. Then I press Open and I've given permission. I'm clicking the button below. I'm writing my email address here, guys. My email address is subscribe34@gmail.com, so you can subscribe to the channel right now. I accepted the rules and pressed continue. A code has been sent to my email address, guys. I'll enter the code here. I entered the code that came to my email. Now it's asking me to set a password. You need to use uppercase, lowercase letters, and numbers. I entered my password and pressed continue, guys. Guys, this is one of the most important topics. It's asking a question below. We say yes here and enter a referral ID here. As you can see on the screen, my referral code is QT8100B0. Then I press next. Look, it says linked. If you enter this referral code, you get a 20% commission discount. You can earn a welcome bonus of up to $600. At the same time, we have a private Telegram group. If you sign up with my referral, you can join this Telegram group. Details and the referral link are in the video description. Then guys, you select your country. Next, you can choose an ID card or a driver's license. Then we press continue. Here, guys, it's asking us to take a photo. We place our ID on a table. We take photos of the front and back, following the commands. After that, we take a selfie. And our ID verification process is usually completed within a few minutes. Now guys, let's say our screen is ready now. When we click on the Futures section below, if you've signed up before but haven't activated it, there's a place for activation. Here too, guys, you can enter a referral code again. When you enter this referral code, you can still benefit from commission discounts. Now guys, Binance asks you questions when you activate Futures at this stage. You need to give the correct answers to these questions. You need to read and understand them. It explains the risks of futures, but don't worry if you give the wrong answers. The wrong answer lights up in red. It shows the correct answer in green. You can mark the correct answers again and click the complete section at the bottom. Now we've arrived. Our account is ready now. We need to transfer money from our spot wallet to our futures wallet. For this, look, I'm in the asset section. Right now, my futures section is open at the top. I clicked on transfer. And look, it says transfer money from spot to futures. I selected USDT and I typed 1000 here and I'm clicking on confirm transfer. And then I clicked on the futures screen, guys. Look, in the available section, I have about 1000 USDT. I have $1,000 now. And with this, I'll now be able to trade in my futures wallet. One of the things everyone's most curious about is, hey teacher, I have $4,000 in spot and $1,000 in futures. If I lose all my money in futures, will it affect my spot wallet? No, never. The futures wallet, guys, only affects your futures wallet. Keep this first rule in mind. Now, so you can visualize it. Look, from the order types, I selected market here. I'll open a quick position and explain it. And guys, I'm going to open a position of about $300. My leverage, look, here's my leverage. I set this to 5x too. I confirmed it. I approved it. And I'm clicking open position. Look, it's not an open order below. My position opened directly. Now I opened a long position on Ethereum. So if the price of Ethereum goes up, I'll make money. And my margin is $306. My leverage is 5x. Look, it says isolated 5x here. 5x times 306. My size, my position size is $1,531. The entry price when I entered was $2,176 for Ethereum. The mark price is the current price, which is $2,171. And if Ethereum drops to $1,749, I lose all of my money. This is called getting liquidated. So how do we calculate this? Like this, my leverage is 5x, and if Ethereum rises by 20%, 5x times 20% equals 100%. My money will increase by 100%. So my $300 will become $600. But if Ethereum drops by 20%, I multiply it by my leverage amount. 20% times 5x. I've lost 100%. and all of my money is gone. It's melted, liquidated. If I want to close the position, there's close here, guys. I'm pressing close. If I want to close it immediately, I close it at the market price, and it says you'll lose $1. I can also close it with a limit if I want. For example, I don't want to close it now, but if I say close it when it reaches $2,200, if I confirm, I'll have entered a limit order. So I said close it when it hits my target. And look, an order has been opened in open orders. It said I'll sell if it reaches 2,200. I'm canceling this for now because I've returned to my position. I'm going to close the position directly. I'm pressing close and I close my position at the market price. I had a loss of about $1. I had a loss of about $6, I'm sorry. Now, the difference between isolated and cross is this. If I open my position with cross, and let's open the same position again, and I've opened my position, guys. In isolated, I opened with $300, right? $700 more remained in my futures wallet. And when my position gets liquidated, only $300 gets liquidated. The remaining money, the balance in the futures wallet, doesn't get liquidated. But when I open cross, when I open it as cross, if I get liquidated, both my $300 and the remaining $700 in my futures wallet are lost. They melt away. So I'm using the remaining balance in my futures wallet as collateral. But the position still doesn't touch your spot wallet. So what's the difference? Which one should I choose? The difference is this. Look, the liquidation price here was $1,740 just now. But here, the liquidation price, guys, is $608. In fact, with cross, we'll bring the liquidation price down to zero. I'll explain this later in the video. In the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and left a comment. Now, we've understood the difference between isolated and cross. Okay, we adjust the leverage from here. We've got leverage down too. For example, if I increase the leverage to 10x, if it drops 10%, 10x times 10%, I gain 100%. So my $300 turns into $600. But if it drops 10% in an isolated position, 10x times 10% is 100%. All the money vanishes and I'm liquidated. That's the logic. As leverage increases, so does the risk. Now below, there's also TP and SL, which means take profit or stop loss. How do we set a stop loss? We click on this. I say, for example, if Ethereum goes up to $3,000, take profit, which it says will be a $572 profit. But if Ethereum drops to $2,050, I say stop the loss. So it says you'll lose $81. I press confirm, then confirmed it again. And guys, look, when I go back to the open orders section again, look, two of my orders have been opened. One is to take profit, and the other is to close the loss. This is how you set a stop loss in futures trading, guys. I clicked cancel all, and I'm canceling all my orders here again. I'm back to my position. Now, guys, let me show you the funding fee. The funding fee. If you open large positions, it can sometimes be a pain, but usually small positions don't cause much trouble. So how is it calculated? It's very easy. Look, there's a funding and countdown up here. Right now, the rate for Ethereum is 0.00303, and there's 1 hour and 9 minutes left. Every 8 hours, this funding fee is either deducted from you or paid to you. This money doesn't stay with the exchange. Shorters pay longers, or those who open longs pay those who open shorts. So right now, for example, guys, there's no sign in front of the percentage, so it's not negative. So it's considered positive. When it's positive, those with long positions pay those with short positions. So how do we calculate it? It's like this, guys. Look, my position size is $1,488. I opened the calculator 1,488 times. What is my rate, guys? 0.00301 equals. We divide this by 100, guys. I'll pay approximately a 4-cent funding fee in 1 hour. If I had opened a short, this money would have been paid to me. The funding fee is actually that simple. There's already the history section here. There's a history above the close all tab. You can click there and see your funding fees too, guys. I'm closing this too. I'll close my position. I closed it from the market again, guys, and I lost another $5. You've cost me $11 for now. So if you're signing up for Binance, you can support me by using my referral link. What else should we look at, my friends? I've switched back to isolated mode, and now let's look at these limit orders. Market order means this. I'll open my position at the $2,162 you see, long or short. It's the fastest way to open a position. But let's say you want to buy Ethereum when it drops to $1,980. You change the order type to limit and enter your price right here. I've entered $1,980 in the price section. See, the cost is $320, the amount I'll allocate to this position. I've set my cost. I've confirmed it. Notice the position didn't open this time. Instead, an order appeared in open orders. As you can see, I have an order here. My position hasn't opened yet. If Ethereum hits $1980, my order will execute and I'll enter the position. That's all there is to it. You can hit cancel to void it at any time. Now for the most important part. Are you ready? How do we zero the liquidation price? Is it possible? Yes. Are we magicians? No. I'll explain it briefly in this video. How to zero the liquidation price in crypto. A dedicated video on this is coming soon. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on that. First step, we switch from isolated to cross mode. Here's the rule. I have about $1,000 available. I'm going to open a 5x position. So 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. If I open a position smaller than $200, say, with a margin of $198, I'll never get liquidated. Are you sure? Absolutely. But this only applies if you open a single position. Let's look at an example together. First, I'll switch this to market. Switch to market. I've opened a position costing $192, and it opened immediately, not as a pending order. Now you'll notice everything is there, but there's no liquidation price in the corner, because this position will never be liquidated, guys. My collateral is very high. However, if you open multiple positions and they all lose money, you could be liquidated. But with just one position like this, liquidation is impossible. It's technically not possible. This is a little trick, a tactic for this. I hope that was clear. Friends, we have many more great videos on futures. Subscribe to the channel now to stay updated. We'll keep bringing you the latest crypto news. See you in the next video. Goodbye.